Oye! Trina Christine Mason here. I'm here at what I call Whatcom Falls. Of course, I brought my trusted companion, my Penelope. I bring her with me everywhere. She's very comforting for me. I'm kind of obsessed with being here. I'm gonna have to put Penelope down. Whoop. Don't get wet this time. Can you feel the Reiki? Do you notice a shift in your breath? My body wants to go into automatic postures. Flights. You know you are loved. Yes. You all are oh so loved. Unless you condition yourselves to not receive those offerings. Those are your conditions upon yourselves, your feelings, your grievances you have yet to release. Oh, can we trust my peace? I am clearly not balanced. Fixing wardrobe. This is the Trina Mason show. Natural. Except for lipstick. Oh, my back just cracked. Oh. My lower back. See how quickly we could have face planted? Oh, it wants to go again. I mean, there is a rock behind me. One girl show, right? One girl show, always. Whoa. I mean, unless I'm also captured by the gentleman who lured me to experience this experience here. And yes, I have so many things to share with thee. Personal things, of course, too. Such as My lips are sealed. Ah. I'm actually just eating hair. A reinventation of the self. Oh. Oh, I want to surrender. But the fear. Oh, yeah. I'm glad I surrendered. After so many car accidents, yoga. Should I just tell the truth and also mention, of course, professional wrestling? You know? And it comes from doing the moves wrong. Falling wrong. Woo! Not being mindful, going too fast, being too scared. But now I'm just like going slow and finding ways to I was going to say re-love. To love again. My body, myself. In new ways that like I have yet to love it. Such as maybe band-aiding. I've never been one to band-aid my wounds. Ever. And I guess obviously one of my truths to confess is my actual existence of fear. I know I've accomplished many things that many people are fearful of, such as public speaking or telling the truth. Being themselves. I never said I was perfect. I wonder. Is this gonna work? Yikes. So many times things are just in your head. And if you could just get out of your head and yeah, maybe back into your heart space where you're a kid again and you're worry free. And you trust yourself unconditionally. And you love yourself and you don't feel a need to constantly check yourself and to love yourself. Sometimes I have to be like, come on, Trina, you got this. Come on, girl, I believe in you. Woo! Yeah. And sometimes even then I surprise myself. And like learning to be yourself when people are watching, sometimes that can be really, really hard to do because it can be, well, embarrassing having to accept where you're at, where you've been. And like when you see that other people don't love themselves or accept themselves or express themselves in those ways, it gets difficult and overwhelming. And sometimes people can be judgmental jerks and conditional in their loving and their financial there's a particular word that I'm looking for, that I've been looking for a while. Appreciation, financial appreciation maybe? Is that it? You know, where you show some appreciation for the artist choosing to spend so much time and energy towards you, towards a place that you know they get absolutely nothing for. And you know that they do it for you. And you know that they can only keep going if only for you. So it's your choice to do you and play your part, your role, your investment, to show your care in where you want to see more energy given in certain areas. There's so many people who reach out to me all the time that just have like these high expectations of me to just constantly be producing and releasing and doing this and doing that. But like, meanwhile, I can't get you to pay for a plane ticket. I can't get you to pay for kitty litter. Okay? I can't get you to show love and respect. And truthfully, is it not obvious when you see all the women, and even the men, after you beat them down for so long, where they actually even start to believe all of those harsh, false realities that are bashed down into them constantly? It's your choice to change this, to notice those thinking patterns that are telling you you're no good, you'll never make it. That's up to you. It's up to you to say, that's a strange thought. That was very mean towards myself. Something I've personally been battling with is this almost sadistic, or is it masochist? Sometimes I have autistic issues with those things, those words, those meanings. Like, I'm even blacking them out right now. But basically, it's the experience where it's like, am I just playing jigsaw again? Am I going to just take myself and make myself wide open? Is it for nothing? I guess I have the approval for the surgery, but I'm not sure if the health insurance is going to cover it. And if it doesn't, I'm not necessarily interested in paying $5,000 myself and getting it removed at this time, especially knowing that I have to sit out for 2 months straight and sit. If I was in a space where I could completely do that, where like maybe I just completely drowned myself in my studies and went to college again and just started doing something more with myself than what I've been doing, which is honestly something I've been so hungry for. I've been modeling, entertaining, being in movies, doing psychic readings, reading cards. I'd love to hear my role in your life, what my purpose was, what I did when we were together. I wanted to be like, am I your traumatic ex-girlfriend? Am I that wild juggalo girl with a pet possum? Which version of myself did you get to experience before finding this version of myself now? I sit here in like contemplation, okay? Like constant contemplation. There's all these levels of like sensuality and like, I guess you could say the word sexuality because it boils down to gender. Like, there's a lot of things that like I can't express without conditional societal outcomes. And for me, that can be depressing and limiting when you want to be free, fearless. For labeling not to come with the label of your clothing. I'm daydreaming so hard, and I'm getting fantasies, of course, of romantic love here by the river, I guess I could call it, and kissing and sitting in the sun and just being able to sit here doing yoga repeatedly over and over and over again. And yeah, maybe having like a cameraman or somebody that actually found fun and entertainment in like being entertained by what would she do next, right? I need my crew. Where's my crew that wants to follow me all over the world and that we can do all these great extravagant things instead of it always being self-produced by Trina Christine Mason, and then yeah, me having to be my public voice everywhere and not having like anyone to really back me, just people making fun of me like, what are you doing? You on YouTube? Actually, yes. And then like you have people who think that you make so much money off YouTube when that's not necessarily true. I imagine it could be a very successful interface if I could learn all of the coinky dinks and all of the ways that I have not yet learned how to manipulate and master in the universe. There have been many things that I have, some would call, dominated in this planet. And there's other things that just I rather fall weak to, such as being at peaceful places such as here. If I could just spend every moment of every day of every year somewhere near, close, dear to my heart, such as here, perhaps Cairo. Is that the way I say it, dear? Can we go to Egypt? Can we go to Ireland, Iceland, Alaska, Iowa, Ohio, Virginia? Can we go? Can we? Do you like me? Can we be best friends? Will we last forever? Will you make fun of me? Especially when I can't make fun of myself. Because I tend to be the master at it. Can we become yoga, Buddha, Zen masters and learn how to heal ourselves with natural medicine of the forest? Can we study all the names of the plants and not just their binomial nomenclature name, if that's even the word? Should I say botanical name? Because my goodness, I am so shook up in so many ways and just the words won't come out. I need someone to interview me, ask me things, question me, transform my identity. I'm constantly reinventing who I am, and I'm constantly hungried by the desire of destroying myself and regenerating a new me constantly every day. And if I'm not transforming and if I'm comfortable, then I'm uncomfortable. I'm looking for new clients, new people to work with, new tributes, new offerings. There's many verbal languages that I have enjoyed using that people have found torturous and not most pleasant. Some people actually are willing to pay for that they are hungry for that push, because it's the only way that they will get motivated and get moving is, I need you to make fun of me. I need you to tell me this. Otherwise, this is not going to work. But when you understand your own personal psychology and what gets you going, what makes you happy, besides money or people, places, and things, only then are you free. Sometimes I swear and I think, I'm like, I'm there. And other times I'm like, oh, but I need my bathing suit first. Or I just need these berries. I need this cobbler. I need this ice cream. And I need these kisses. And I find my soul so hungry, so passionate, so yearning for paper and companionship and just sharing all of these concepts and all these things, and then constantly questioning, how can I be received? How can I make resources? How can I make income? The numbers on the board, just everything just doesn't seem to quite add up. And I'm looking for you, all of you who are interested in me and interested in growing the universe in the way that I see. Is that too selfish, too ego to say that, hey, I think I could love you better than I see you loving yourself right now. Will you let me? I know that you spend $100 every week on this alcohol or this other thing, but hey, if you give it to me and let me spend it on you, what do you think? Would you try something new? And if I do good, can we double it and I get to keep all of it? The jokes. But seriously, when do I get to eat? How much must I give for you to see and to know my needs? Because in order for me to keep doing what I'm doing, I do require funding. I could break down every single bill if that would make you feel more comfortable and be like, okay, you'll pay the phone bill. You'll pay car insurance. Okay, you'll take over and be able to pay rent for the entire year. Okay, now we can focus on these bigger goals, like let's move on to these aspects of the universe. Okay, let's harness these animals. Let us put our resources in this type of research. Let us utilize our time so my mind is focusing on studying, I wanted to say radicals. Okay? Don't make fun of me, okay? I hear you making fun of me. I'm not gonna take that. Okay. So I need to stop being a dork and to gather my thoughts and really enjoy my time here to myself. And I know I've given you a lot of parts of myself and a lot of them that are like jokes that aren't necessarily me, but still you'll seem to think that you know me unless you get to spend time with me, which is why I always encourage you to book a private session with me. And please stop controlling things and saying it has to be in person or it has to be on video. Please go slow, understand, utilize, be wise. Otherwise, expect me to charge appropriately or please make an offering. Because yes, my soul is hungry. I am eager to travel and to do things and to frankly own land and build architecture. So for that, I require funding. I would love to be in extremely cold places such as Washington, right? Washington State, and to have a home that is extremely warm. Okay? I'm experiencing all these different things. I'm just being mesmerized by the whole dice being rolled and all the different options. Man, sometimes I wish that you could just know what jokes are jokes and which ones aren't jokes. And other times I'm just enjoying leaving you wondering. And sometimes I'm enjoying being lonely. Have you ever found joy in your own misery? Like where you very clearly took 2 steps ahead where you probably shouldn't. Like, yes, my ego wants me to go into this water and to make this extremely beautiful video. But simultaneously, why would I do it for free? Right? You could commission me. I'm like $100 a minute. How long will you keep me wet and freezing? What if I changed it to $300 a minute? Can you still afford to keep me freezing? I'd do it. What most people fail to recognize is that there's a lot of things that I would actually do for free. But frankly, there's a level of needing companionship. That friend, that energy to push you over the edge, to say, hey, do this. And sometimes, yes, finances can condition you into being that type of character. And man, it's been fun utilizing psychology and pursuing my studies and doing all these different things that I'm personally interested in. But I'm certainly most interested in expanding my horizons. And where the joke is not is the thing that I wish it was a joke, you know? I wish it was a joke that I wish I was rich. My ego is still so attached to these stories of comfort and safety that seem to be illusionary, that it comes with all these resources. And it's so hard to just be here and be now without torturing myself, thinking about cutting myself wide open, getting surgery, removing my metal parts, or just like putting myself in all these different mental and emotional experiences that are completely not real, basically, right? Because I'm here. Meanwhile, there's all this turmoil, this worry of like, how can I just sit here? I'm not making any money. How can I do this? How can I do this? Right? And then when you utilize peaceful things like this into ways of utilizing income, that can become work and stressful being in these places. Like right now, I'm starting to get absolutely freezing. Wow. I'm not even like wet, so I'm definitely not getting my hair wet. Because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people who actually genuinely care about me. I feel like the people who genuinely cared about me would totally pay $500 right now, no problem, and be like, go get in Whatcom Falls, right? Like that's what I think, right? They'd be so supportive. And I just feel like they would just like know that like you genuinely want to do that. And like, yeah, you wish that they were there giving you the cash and like also handing you a towel and being like, yeah, I'll film it. This is such a genius thing. This is gonna be a great shot. I know that you're gonna suffer for a little while, but it's gonna be so peaceful and so beautiful. We're just gonna rock it. You know, when I was younger and even now, I still battle with these concepts that the utilization of looks, aesthetics, of beauty, how like powerful and like disgusting it all really is. Like, I'm grateful, I'm like, having to work on confidence and mention like I'm beautiful. And being grateful for my beauty instead of feeling like, oh my god, like if somebody sees me I'm in trouble, oh my god. Or like, I don't know, but there's also like this brainwash mentality that comes with it too, you know, that like people think that I'm stupid just because I look a certain way. Or like there's other levels of like difficulty. For me personally, like I'm not a fan of how a majority of my life, like I'm almost 30 years old and I've been entertaining and modeling for 30 years basically. And like, while a lot of other people may be extremely proud of that, there's part of me that is like, man, I feel like a dumb blonde, you know? Like there's part of me that really wants to go to school or wants to do something more extravagant. And like, yeah, the ego had thought many times of accepting offers and going to the Air Force or utilizing remote viewing or like any of my gifts and talents and skills for other forces of nature. But now like I feel called to like, yeah, maybe I should turn to my YouTube, maybe I should turn to my community and mention, hey, my soul is hungry to serve. And like, yeah, so is my wallet. My wallet's hungry, and so is my cat. And my future family that is yet to be born. I'm extremely dramatic, I know. It's fun. It's fun. I'll entertain you forever. I'll be like Betty White. I like the stories, right? But let's see how long God lets me keep going. My boyfriend's texting me and he's asking me if I'm hungry and I'm starving, but meanwhile I can't stop producing. I can't stop talking to you and expressing myself and like venting all of these emotions, all of these triumphs, all these things that I'm going through, and I have so much more I want to release to you, and I just don't know if I have enough time or battery or memory, and I'm dealing with all these additional paradigms that are making me question my entire life and identity and the people that I've allowed myself to become attached to that are clearly unhealthy attachments who are not safe or interested in my overall success or interested in me like gaining wealth, that would be jealous and want it to be them instead, and instead of seeing us as equals and not seeing how I would help the whole world and the community if I was in a position of being able and capable. It's just so frustrating the way things go sometimes, but I'm starting to see more options and more realities. And yeah, this is extremely long and there's very few people who are actually going to watch this entire thing. So allow me to cut this now, contact my boyfriend, let him know how much I absolutely love and adore him, and yes, I would love to have his children. I'm kidding, I'm not going to tell him that because he already knows that. But most of all, what I need is like, where's my followers right now who are like, yeah, that team, I want to see that team be born, and they want to send like thousands of dollars so I can afford diapers, right? I'm like, I'm just kidding, because we all know that we're gonna use like cloth diapers and hand wash them and have our baby in a bathtub. Who's interested in the Trina Mason show? If you are, I need your funding. I need your funding now. Okay, Brat Mouse, I'm talking to you. I'm just kidding, you're not allowed. Your price tag is $5,000. Ha, as if. You know what else I'd like to do? Like, I'm like, just like one more ego show, okay? One more. If we can get it to rock, we'll do it. Might have to go a little something like this. It's like this and like that. Oh no, I'm like, make sure that girls are hidden, right? We live in a society that doesn't like girls. Alright, whatever. Was it good work? Alright, you got it. Alright. Hey, oh. I love life. Sometimes I get into these dark states of mind that I seem to almost enjoy being in and generating art out of, like dark stories and just all these dramatic storylines and all these things that just like my imagination just runs wild. Again, like I need like a team or like management, some serious management, some ideas of what ways I can reinvent Trina, what passions I have yet to do that I can somehow fall in love with, besides like basically being in loincloth out in nature, okay? Like, what can we find that brings me greater joy than being... Is that so wrong and awful? Is it? Does it have to be? I'm in superior bliss. I'm gonna be in misery in the cold. I'm already in slight misery because I'm slightly freezing. But hey, just give me like my wetsuit, right? It would be great. I need some France. I need some serious real France. I need some like people that aren't blood to become my family, to love me and to accept me unconditionally, and to believe in the dream team that is I, that visualizes a world where we can love all the animals and not kill nature and allow artificial intelligence, aka information technology, that clown I don't like. Who am I joking? I love AI. I love all my toys. What am I gonna do in this universal experience? I'm just like so conflicted. Am I gonna go back to building websites? Like, am I selling things? Do you want me to sell you things? I don't want to sell you things. Can I just like keep doing these other things? Will you pay for that? Just what we gotta do over here. All right. should we juggle some more? Was that good for you? God, this rock is so perfect. No! No! Oh, fail. You see that fail? That's what I call a fail. Big fail, dude. God. It could have been worse. That's like a river that's like super never-ending moving. Super duper. So, like, when I'm thinking about Trina, right? We could put her in like boarding school, like one of those special schools for all girls, and we'll teach her how to be proper, and she'll have like this way with language, and it'll be magnificent. I don't know. I'm 27, and yeah, I'm hungry. My soul is hungry to serve and to work and to make money, to earn it and to do great things and to build. God, how I would like, that's all I want to do is if I was rich, I would build things that would last when I'm not here. I would buy places like this so that they just stay this way forever. God. And I want to find like 1 million people just like me. That's the dream. Alright, so let me stop dreaming and get back to reality. Time is just like dwindling between my fingertips, and yeah, like my life is just going by just like this stream. I need to get myself together and reevaluate things and maybe journal and come up with some new concepts. And I have the biggest desire to open up and make all these other videos about other things, but I'm going to need some time and honestly clothes. You buying? I did put some things on my wish list, and yeah, I wish things were easier, but what I did put on there is safe clothing that I know will fit, so please. And frankly, cash is king right now. I'm in need of developing savings. That's the reality. And that's hard, especially when you're me and you constantly want chocolate cake and ice cream. Constantly. And it's not funny. I'm not trying to be diabetic. And I really wish it was a joke. But I'm literally like dreaming sometimes about like white chocolate things that are with peanut butter. Not inserting marketing cues here. Alright, but there's a lot of ideas and a lot of options. I'm kind of just like a fried motherboard and I just want to relax. So, yeah, my ego just magically wants $25,000. Like if you want to go to the super ego or the super ID, you might say 100K. And yeah, we want to go swimming with great white sharks. And we want to do something like jumping out of an airplane that's going to make us scream like crazy. And then I want to laugh so hard I pee. Like, In real life. Like, it has to be that funny. And it can't be making fun of somebody. And it can't be torturing me. I'm like literally questioning, like, am I allowed to say that on YouTube? Is that allowed? Like, I don't like that about this interface, that I constantly have to question, like, I don't know about that one, guys. Like, I've had interviews with people where I'm like, is that gonna be allowed on there? Can she say that? How much she loves that thing? Sarah? Not Parker, the other one. Alright, I love you guys. I gotta go. Bye.